Welcome back to the Own Your Power Lifestyle Show. I'm Coach Simone Kelly, author, intuitive life coach, and Reiki master with Own Your Power Communications. We're your trusted guide to conscious living, intuitive wisdom, and personal growth. In today's show, we're going to be talking about the power of partnering up and talking about accountability. And I have one of my accountability buddies, Ayanna Cabrera-Cook, who is my special co-host for today. Welcome, Ayanna.
Thank you for having me, Simone.
Thanks for coming back. So Ayanna is the owner of For Me Communications, a marketing, sales, and training firm. And we've been working together for like a month so far.
Doing
Maybe,
this? Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
for many years we've been working together off and
Oh,
on.
yeah. I was like,
But as accountability buddies, we've been doing
yes.
it for like about a month. And I want to first talk about the importance of accountability for me. For people think accountability is just like having a team member or a personal assistant. I think it should be somebody outside of your business because they can kind of see things that you can't really see that's right in your face sometimes. When I look at my track record of all the businesses that I've had over the years, I think I've been the most successful when I've had an accountability partner where we meet once a week and we talk about, our goals for the upcoming week. Or we talk about our wins, our failures. What can we do to improve things? And I noticed that has been really powerful for me. And recently, I'm going to blow people up. Maybe I'm not going to say that. But I had a cousin who was supposed to be my accountability partner. And then I had another friend that was supposed to be my accountability partner. And the problem is because I'm a coach, people always sit back and wait for me to help them. And I don't get the help in return. And I'm like, hello, like, I'm the one like, come on, we got to meet. Did you do your homework? But I'm like, I do that for a living. I need somebody to help me too, right? So thankfully, I have another boss lady friend, Ayanna, who I asked to help me, and she's helping me and I'm helping her. So I think it's working out great. So Ayanna, what about you? Like, how has accountability helped you in your career overall?
So just like you, I am a coach, right? And so it's hard. We can't coach ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
having someone to say, okay, Ayana, have you considered doing this? Have you considered doing that? I mean, we are accountability partners, but we brainstorm together. We think of different things. We look outside the box. We're like, hey, where are we here? Where are we there? How is this working out for you? What have you done? And I'm the person that's the forgiving person. I'm like, let's forgive ourselves. It's okay, Simone. Simone's like, oh my God, I didn't get this done. And I'm like, okay, Simone, we can start over though. We can't dwell on that. So we
Right.
have different ways of um coaching each other. And the one thing I like getting ready for this and getting ready for accountability and how it could work best. I know that you should be prepared with some things before you start your accountability partner journey because what I found out is that it's going to change. It's like, what I'm started this way with, it may not end up that way. And I need to be okay with that. And my partner needs to understand that I'm not as far into what I want to do, or I'm rebranding, or I'm changing compared to my partner. So Simone is solid on hers. Mine, I know what I want to do. Um, and I have to go to her and be like, hey, I'm tweaking it this way. I want to do it this way because, I want this big boom with stuff, but I need it to be a certain way because I'm hard on myself. I forgive Simone, but I'm hard on myself.
I
I'm
mean,
like, it's
we're hard
okay.
on. We're always hard on ourselves. That one of the things you just made me think of. One of the things that we should touch on is looking at the actual characteristics of your accountability partner. Obviously, are they going to be a reliable person? Are they somebody you can trust with your, private moments, the things you need to share? Also, what skill sets do they have that they can bring to the table that maybe you don't have?
Mhm,
So one thing
mhm.
I love about Ayana is she's a sales guru. She comes up with ideas. She has a marketing mind as well, like I do. But she'll see things that I don't even see, and she'll make suggestions. Like, oh, that's a great idea. Oh, I like that. Yeah. So that you want somebody that has a business mind, hopefully, and that can help you and maybe can just see things from the outside looking in. I actually back in the day I had shout out to Tanja Oates, my old accountant. She was my accountability buddy, but I helped her too. So we worked every week, every Friday we used to meet. Ayana and I meet every Sunday. So whatever day works for you, just pick somebody that can dedicate the time and really, bring something to the table where it's not just you doing all the work. Remember back in college when you had group, remember that? And it was always like somebody, they call it a free
In
rider.
high school, in
Yeah,
college,
in college.
in the office, it doesn't even matter.
Prepares you for freaking the real world for real. Because there's always chilling,
Yeah.
sitting back, not doing nothing, and you doing all the work, and then they get all the credit, or they take the credit too. You know what I mean?
And then unfortunately, being who we are as these type A personalities and like, okay, everybody, we allow that to we do that to ourselves, and we were like,
Right.
okay, we nah, not today.
Yeah.
I gotta trust you
I
with
know
my brain,
more.
because you trying to take my ideas too. Nah, we not doing that.
Yeah, them days is over.
So group projects,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I tell people. I tell children or teenagers that I know. I'm like, it prepares you for the real world, honey. Trust me. So another thing I love about accountability, having an accountability buddy, is it helps reduce the overwhelm because it helps you kind of like break things up into pieces. You know, where you can come up with smart goals, you can come up with things that are realistic. You know what your goals are for the next meeting, because a lot of my friends and myself and my clients, we want to put things on to do to do for the week, and it's like this is not realistic. Like you got to spice it up. Like how much time do you actually have in a day? You know. So I think having goals for like the following week, we know, okay, did you work on that blog? Did you do such and such? Did you upload those videos, Ayanna? You know, or whatever it is.
no, you mean I had to put on lipstick? No, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say it just helps you with the process of elimination to like get clear on what you want to work on and what you're not gonna work on. So you don't overwhelm yourself. You know what I mean? So let's talk about that real quick. As number one would be defining clear goals and objectives. Um, Ayanna, how do you think that helps you with this? Like as far as like
So I
brainstorming
kind
on.
of jumped the gun a little while ago because I spoke on that. Like clear goals and objectives, they can be clear when you set them, but once you start digging into them, they become foggy and you may need to adjust it. And my thing as a coach is like it's written in pencil. Erase it, fix it. Don't hold on to that relationship with something that you know is not going to work in real
Right,
life, in business life. So and doing that to yourself, or I don't really do it to me as much as I do it to you. When you call an audible and you're like, hey, yo, I got to do this right now. And I'm like, okay, so we put in this stuff over here to the side, right? So the clear and defined goals and objectives are something that you got to move with. It's ebbs and flows of it. Life comes, and as a small business owner, you got to make an adjustment real quick to say, okay, let me put this fire out. Let me come here. So defining them is a good thing, but being able to call an audible and adjust yourself from it to
right,
to make it work better is actually accountability for yourself, because I can't hold Simone accountable. Simone has to hold herself. All we do is write down what Simone says, and then we ask, or what Ayana says, and we ask each other questions that way. So having them, being able to adjust them when necessary, and then coming back to the board, like, okay, this is what I learned from this. This is what I'm not going to do again. This is what I'll do again.
right. The other thing we talked about selecting the right partner. That's why we already went over that. The next thing is having a date that works, like a regular check-in time, right? That's realistic, that you can be consistent with it. Because if you have that consistency, it really helps tremendously as far as like reviewing your progress and what have you. Um, Setting transparent expectations. Kind of I think what we talked about a little bit already too. I think that's one of the things I need to work on myself, because I know I want to do it all, and I have to really work on not just having expectations for myself, but also for my team, and like figuring out what can I delegate. Because a lot of us that are bosses, we wanna do everything ourselves, or we're control freaks. Some of us, so I have to like even say, do I need to do this, or can I delegate this to an intern, to a VA or something? Like, do I really need to do this? I know I like doing it, but can use my time somewhere else. So that's another thing, like being clear on how to strategize your week, right?
So as an accountability partner to Simone, Simone holds it in, and then right before it's time to have it come out, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I have this and this and this to do." So sometimes I'll be like, "Let me take that from you. Let me help you with that." And what happens if you allow yourself, because I used to be that person, like I got to do it all. But what happens is when you're letting your hand go and stop holding it all in, you might get some more stuff in your hand where you get to say, "Hey, I go, Simone, what do you think about this?" And Simone will look at it and be like, "Oh, well, what about this? So I took the initial stuff away from her to do. So she's accountable for the finished product, but here's some things that can help you narrow down what it is that you're trying to do. Because we know Simone is gifted, because everybody knows Simone, right? She's gifted. And so she's all these different things going on in her head. People talk to her. She hear people. No, but no, seriously, it's kind of like you have to be able to let it go and then let it come back to you in the way that it should be. If you have trusted sources, use them people.
Hmm.
Use them. It can only make you better.
I still remember like when I first started doing Give and Take Network. That was my barter exchange network at 5 cities way back in the day. And my coach at the time was like, "Why are you doing everything by yourself?" Because at first it was like it took off. It was full. I had people in line. You would thought Puffy was not a good example. You would have thought who say somebody Denzel Washington was going to be there. There was like a line around the block to go into some of these places. Well, back then Puffy was the thing. This is the early 2000s. Anyway, can we edit that out?
Now keep that H in there. Now go ahead, go ahead.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, but I remember holding raffle tickets, having a camera around my neck. This was before, smartphones. Camera around my neck, raffle tickets. I'm greeting people at the door. I'm getting the money. And it was like, just ask for help, you dummy. Like, and all I did was send out an email, and I literally had a whole team, like, of 10 women helping me after that. I get goosebumps just still talking about it. It was awesome. It was a beautiful thing. For many years, 18 years I had that running. But yeah, so ask for help. Number one, definitely make sure you delegate, not just to you're not delegating to your accountability partner, but you make sure you have a team to help you with
You have a
something.
team, absolutely.
Yeah. The last thing I want to mention is having a way to track things. So we right now we do a couple of things. We use Google Drive, and we have a ongoing document of like our meeting minutes, and like what you said you're gonna do last week, or this is what you did, and we like highlight, okay, that was done, yeah, you know. So it's kind of like having something to track how you're accomplishing your goals. Obviously, using a calendar so you can mark. Everybody knows what time the meeting is. But I really love the whole process of celebrating your success, because it is not always easy to knock all these goals out. But a lot of times we don't do that. We beat ourselves up so much. We don't look back at what did we actually get done. You know what I mean? So definitely having tracking tools like a Google document or some kind of app or something, maybe like a Monday or a ClickUp, or what's another app?
They're
Um
not paying for this. But you better put your affiliate link in there before you start telling people. But so what you just said about tracking things, you also like you've introduced me to a lot of different things, and we have to find the item that actually works best for you. What I have not done, like life has been life, and is taking our document and make it into something that's for both of us. Again, and forgiving because we ain't get it right the first time, but we're gonna get it through. You introduced me to what was that
Notion.
motion, right?
Notion,
And it
not motion. There's an app,
no notion.
Notion with an N. I love it because it's very customizable. So you can
So she has an affiliate link for that. If you want it, reach out to her to get it. But that seems to be helpful because I've never used an app to track me, and that's probably why I need an accountability partner. So the apps will work for you if you use them because you can have all the apps in the world, Simone. Right? We can have them all, or we can have our notifications on our phone pop up and all that stuff, and we just swipe and
right.
don't do what shows up.
So can you have more than one accountability buddy? I think you can. And I do, in a sense, because I even have a fitness group on Facebook where we post how many times we worked out this week. Kind of, putting yourself out there even your social media family, period, could be accountability partners, in a sense. If you're working on something and you want people to know, so that they can be like, hey, whatever happened? I thought you was working out. Hey, you see you eating a donut. You got people holding you down, right? So and I even have a productivity coach on my team, Sheila Hawkins. So me and her meet every week as well. So I got people kicking my butt double time. So what about you, Ayanna? Any other accountability buddies, or what do you suggest for people? What other areas can
I
they have accountability
I
in?
think, well, you could have a spiritual accountability partner if you're
That's a good
trying to
one.
grow closer to whoever your God is,
Mhm.
and you just know that you want somebody to pray with or whatever,
A
talk
good one.
about certain things. So you can have more than one. Just make sure that the that you're utilizing it not just for that one time that you speak with them, that you are remembering to put it in your daily walk and talk and all those things because we can have them all and they could just be conversations, but if we're not applying whatever that is that we're trying to hold each other accountable for, it's kind of a waste of time and might not you just need to try something different. So and here's the thing, again, if it doesn't feel right, if that person isn't the right person, find
Get
somebody
another
else.
one. Yeah.
Because it's a relationship. It's a relationship. It's trust. It's are we vibing? Whatever that is. So yeah, find what you need to find. There is one thing I wanted to say. And I think we're gonna talk about this. You said celebrate
Your success.
earlier. You were like celebrate successes. I believe in what I call mini minis, right? So MANYMINI, mini victories. So they don't have to be the big things. Like you don't have to be like, oh, I launched my whole website, right? Yeah, we're definitely going to celebrate that. But we tend to always forget to celebrate the small things. So many, ANY, mini, MINI, is what we should celebrate. And then it'll all add up to one big thing. Because if you're waiting for that one celebration, the big one over and over again, you
Yeah.
may not get there. And then you didn't even celebrate the journey.
I like that. I like that. I would like to add two more things related to the accountability other areas. Of learning a new language, like get on Duolingo, have a friend or one of those apps and say, hey, meet me here. We have, a challenge. We have to log in every day. Another one is writing. So I have a writing group right now, called On Your Powers, writing lab. And we meet every Sunday morning. And we meet on Zoom. And we write together. We come on and say what we're working on, and we go on mute, and we come back and say how it went. So it's just having like co-working buddies in a sense. And we're almost we'll be hitting our 7th year. I didn't even realize. I just looked today and I noticed. And I've helped people finish their books. I've finished several books with this group. So, just think about what area in your life you want to improve and see if you can find a group, or an individual that can help you be an accountability buddy. And that way you don't have to do it alone. All right, y'all?
One more thing. Wait, before we go, the book that we've been using.
Oh, there's two books I want to recommend. One book is called The 12-Week Year by Moran and Lennington, and then the other book is called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I'll put the links in the show notes, and I'll also put the links to the Writers Lab if you're interested in joining us. It's free. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Ayanna, for jumping on and
Thank you
helping,
again.
as always. Share how we can reach you if anybody wants to reach you for coaching.
On social medias, Ayanna Cabrera-Cook, all social medias, I have that as my handle. So at
Okay.
AYANNACABRERA Cook, COOK.
Okay.
See you next time.
And we'll put it in the show notes. To learn more about intuitive life coaching, Reiki, and Own Your Power University courses, just go to ownyourpower.biz. Join my mailing list, and you'll be able to get all the updates. And if you want to listen to more past shows, see the link in the show notes. We got plenty of shows. We have over 400, maybe 500 at this point, of hours of listening. So remember, anything you want is attainable. Own your power. See ya.
My mornings are so much better when I start with Rise. It's packed with mushroom-powered benefits that help me focus, boost my energy, and support my immunity without the crash or jitters. As someone with the ADHD brain, this steady focus is what I need. It's everything. Start your day with Rise.